on this episode of Carnival Eats.
You want to dip it in the larvet. Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid, Brian.
It's amazing.
That just happened.
That is fantastic.
To the pit.
To the pit. Oh, man.
I love it.
I'm Noah Cappe, and this is Carnival Eats. Today, we're heading to Alabama for the Gardendale Magnolia Festival. But first, down there is the big kahuna, State Fair Meadowlands. This event is New Jersey's largest fair, and every year it runs for over 2 weeks in June and July. Over 400,000 people are gonna walk through these gates, and you know they're gonna be hungry. You hungry?
Starving.
I told you! First, we'll see if I'm man enough to eat one of the Meadowlands' most unusual offerings. Brian's owned a concession stand since he was a teenager. This year, he's created a dish that's got everyone talking: edible larvets. These are the larvae of mealworms, and they're eaten throughout the world. You can even order them online. But here, Brian's done the work for you. Welcome to the freak show of food. Have you ever eaten an insect?
Not really, no.
No.
Yeah, I woke up and I said, I'm gonna try some larvets.
I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous, and I'm right here. This, to me, is that fun thing that when you come to the carnival, you look at this and you say, I've got to try this once.
Well, I got to tell you something. There's a little story behind it. What it is we have what we call Fry Day. We go to the supermarket, we buy all the different things we can find off the shelf, and we fry it. And anything that comes out looking and tasting, that's what we throw in the fry lid.
I love it.
We've thrown everything from gummy bears to all different types of items in it.
You guys are doing your testing, you're seeing new things, and if something you maybe weren't expecting jumps out, throw it on the menu.
Exactly.
So, Bri, how do we make deep-fried cream cheese larvets?
We have to cut the cream cheese.
Each one of these squares is going to be the new home
Correct.
of those larvets.
I want to throw it into the refrigerator. We got some cold ones ready for you now.
These are the larvets.
Yes. Pick up a cream cheese square. You want to dip it in the larvet.
I'm going in.
Now what you want to do is you want to fold it in half and roll it like a ball. Roll it up. Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid, Brian. Fold it in half. They're so crunchy. Oh, that one had a little spike in it or something. I think it pierced the glove.
And we're going to put a toothpick in it.
Oh. All right, so we have this really creepy thing now. Where do we go from here?
We're going to take your batter. There's a little bit of sugar and some flour and water.
And we're going to be dipping the larvets in here.
Yes.
Out of that batter and into the fry.
Wow.
So this is going to go for about a minute, minute and a half. We're waiting for that classic golden brown color. So, what do you think?
I think they're about ready. Wow, look at that. How much better can that look than that?
Oh. All right, now the powdered sugar. Just like that, you got yourself some deep-fried cream cheese larvets.
Cheers.
I did it! I was way more worried about it than I should have been. As soon as you bite into it, all that warm cream cheese, you can see it just squirting out any little hole. Powder's perfect. The crunch, if you didn't tell me those were larvets, I would never have known that.
Exactly.
We did it.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
You need to try this, trust me.
It's very good, actually.
What? See, what's all the worry about? How can you top something like that? This next dish combines two of America's favorite ingredients into one delicious treat. You like bacon?
Yes, I do.
You like chocolate?
Of course I do.
Well, then you're in for a treat. We're making pig in the mud. This is Steve.
Absolutely.
How you doing, buddy?
Great. Let's make some bacon.
Let's do it. So, I mean, one of the first choices you have to make when you're putting this together is what kind of bacon you're going to use.
We use a smoked applewood bacon. The extra thick cut. Oh,
You're going to be excited, buddy.
It's absolutely delicious.
We're going to get these in the fryer. That's the first step.
Yep. So we're gonna get it in there and we're just gonna let it go.
We're going to let it go. Stick in, it works.
It will cook pretty quick.
It's going to happen fast. Now, look at that. These are already, you can see that color change.
you
It's starting
go.
to look
I'm
like
gonna
that classic strip of bacon. All right, so this is the important stage. Naked bacon needs to be dressed. Take a beautiful piece of that.
Applewood smoked bacon. And we're gonna dip it.
Steve uses high-quality 50% dark chocolate. Not too sweet. Dip.
Take it out and let it harden up a little bit.
Let that little extra run off.
And then the second dip, that gives you a double thickness.
Oh, back into that chocolate. One of the few places you're allowed to double dip. Up, out, and in.
Yep.
And now all that hot chocolate is gonna act as glue. You got your crushed nuts, sprinkles, and even little broken up pieces of cookie. That just happened.
You know what you got to do next?
What's that?
You got to eat it.
Gladly. This is a pig in the mud. Oh, that bacon is crispy. That chocolate is smooth, it's creamy, it's classic, it's delicious. And then you get all those delicious toppings in there. At this point, I'm gonna flip this thing over, hit it like a typewriter. I just typed you a letter, Steve, and said I love you. Making friends, making good food, doesn't get any better than this.
I'm going in.
Let it work its magic.
It's working.
Wow.
Definitely the chocolate.
The chocolate.
I'm in for the bacon. There's a good mix.
It's awesome.
Coming up, you're going to a special place right now.
It's amazing.
Thumbs up.
You're making them feel good right now.
And then they're gonna make me feel good.
Yes, they are.
We're in Jersey for State Fair Meadowlands. It's a massive event, and the food is the big attraction. This next vendor travels up and down the East Coast, bringing their home-style soul food to hungry fairgoers. When you showed up at the carnival today, were you expecting to be eating fish?
Not at all.
Right?
It smelled so good. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try it.
I'm ready to eat.
Dig in, dig in. Of all the fish, why whiting fish?
Whiting fish is a fresh fish. It's very popular. It's a light fish. Gets nice and fluffy. Fries quick.
Whiting is also known as hake. It's a mild whitefish like cod. All right, first step, let's do this thing.
All right, so we got 4 pieces of whiting here.
So this is a classic kind of Cajun seasoning. So we're looking at paprika, cayenne pepper, celery salt, dry mustard.
Yes. It gives you spicy and salty kind of at the same time. The best way to season, of course, is belly up. You want to season the meat of the fish, not the skin of the fish.
Right. I feel like I nailed it.
Looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Next, that's just a little bit of pepper, just for a little color. You gotta put just a little bit of salt. There's one more flavorful blend that I put together.
Garlic in
Yes,
there?
little garlic, little onion powder, nice and light, for that flavor that's gonna top it off. That was perfect.
That was it.
So now you wanna batter your fish up.
Okay.
All right, you wanna make sure your fish is battered on both sides, coat it very lightly.
Right, so
Yes.
what's in here?
This is just a regular flour-based batter. I like light batters because it gives you a light, fluffy taste.
All right, so we're going belly up for spices, but when we throw that in the batter, we're gonna hit it from both sides.
Both sides. Yep.
Look at this beautiful piece of fish. Up and out.
We're looking good, huh?
All right, we've now got these 4 beautiful pieces of fish, seasoned, lightly battered.
We're gonna lightly lay the fish into the oil and watch that baby start to cook. We're gonna let it sit for a second. We want it to cook on both sides evenly. You just want that golden brown texture, so now we wanna go ahead and flip them.
1 flip, 2 flip, 3 flip, blue fish.
Oh, this is where the love comes in. You know, you're making them feel good right now.
And then they're gonna make me feel good.
Yes, they are. I think they're ready. Let's take them out.
Man, these are crispy, these are golden. And look at that, already you can see all that seasoning, all those flavors just popping right out of there. That is just beautiful white meat. Oh, yeah, man. The nice, light batter gives you that crunch.
Yeah.
You've got all those spices. You get that hit of that Cajun seasoning.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper kind of just activates all the flavors that are buried in that meat.
Yes.
This is delicious, man.
That was 3 mms. That was the
It's amazing. I'm about to tell my mom to just make it every day. It's like perfect. I'm in love.
Taekwon serves another Southern favorite that has folks flocking to his stall. Hush Puppies.
It's very sweet. It's like perfectly crunchy.
So you tried it, you liked it so much, you guys figured you had to get your own order.
Had to.
Have you had Hush Puppies before?
I had them, but this one,
Yeah?
this is good.
I'm excited about this because you don't serve this with a dipping sauce, you don't serve it with a topping. Everything you feel that you need to taste is just contained in this thing right here.
Right there, it's a fried cornmeal type of ball.
All right, first step, Bruce. Cornmeal.
Flour. Onions.
Now, a traditional cornbread wouldn't have onions.
Traditional wouldn't, but we add a little bit of sweet onion to it to give it that pop. Now that's salt.
All right, how much? Just a few pinches?
Yeah, just a few pinches. Just season it up. See your liking. All right, now we're gonna put our liquids in. So start with your buttermilk.
Okay.
Now you wanna mix it. So listen, I'll whip and let's incorporate some water.
Tell me when.
All right, that's good. And we're getting it right. We're getting all that flour from around the edges, and we're creating our dough. That looks pretty good to me. I think think it's about ready to fry up.
Amazing.
So we're gonna grab a golf ball size.
Okay.
Roll them, roll them. So just really, really quick, we're gonna drop the hush puppy into the oil.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go. We're gonna let these hush puppies cook for about a good 30 to 60 seconds.
Quick, that happens fast. Look at these little golf balls. Starting to get that nice kind of golden crispy shell around the outside.
So, okay, so we're gonna take them out now. Oh, yeah.
Look at the weight of these things.
You know?
Oh, man, you want to talk about perfectly cooked and ready. Oh, yeah, man. Imagine just taking a beautiful piece of fresh, delicious cornbread and covering it in a crunchy shell. The onion is just that little bit you need to kind of set off a little bit of a flavor trip.
Wow.
Soft, fluffy, airy, crunchy. That right there, it's a hush puppy. Oh! Hashtag third wheel.
Must say it's very good, little sweet, crunchy, well done, perfect texture.
You know, I'd definitely grab some more.
Yeah, I didn't know much about you, but now I know that you love hush puppies. We learned something important today. Fish, bacon, larvets. This fair has every kind of protein you could ask for. Coming up.
This is probably the best meat there is.
Dripping with flavor.
Doesn't get any better.
Today we're in Gardendale, Alabama, a little town right outside Birmingham for the Magnolia Festival. This spring fair is a favorite with kids and parents alike. You guys ready to eat? Let's go! There's a lot to see here. Cowboys, burger eating contests, and Jonathan Miller's ice cream machine. At fairs across America, you'll see vintage tractor engines from the 1930s like this, repurposed to create totally unique modern machines. Jonathan uses his to make his homemade ice cream, inspired by the Southern classic, sweet potato pie. What are you snacking on there?
Sweet potato pie. I'm a big ice cream fan. I love ice cream.
I love anything with cinnamon in it.
Yeah?
It's really good.
I want to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of sweet potatoes.
I'm very confident. You're gonna love it.
All right, well, we'll find out. So, what are we looking at in here?
Sugar, eggs, cream.
I'm smelling nutmeg and cinnamon.
That's right.
And now we've got this big vat of sweet potato.
Right. This is pure sweet potatoes right here.
Yeah.
All right. Pureed sweet potatoes. Let's do this.
So when we head over to the machine, you want to make sure that this is
right. I want it as blended as it can be before it actually hits the coal.
All right. So the dasher inside here.
That's right. It stirs it as it is freezing.
Right.
Gives us that creamy texture.
And now we head to the machine. So how many servings will you get out of a 5-gallon tank?
I can serve approximately 60 people.
Sounds like my first car. So the engine turns the wheel. That makes the canister rotate, and that's what churns the ice cream. And all of the ice freezes it. All right, next step.
We're gonna add the pie crust.
Jonathan makes his own pie crust with flour, butter, sugar, salt, and water. All right, I can hear my own voice again, so that can only mean one thing. It's ready.
That's right.
Look at that.
As fresh as you can get it.
Bottoms up. I don't say it often, but I was wrong. This is fantastic. I mean, you can see all the ingredients, those little specks of your nutmeg, your cinnamon, which just give every bite, every taste that little pop. The pie crust, which gives you a crunch. Buried in there are little pieces of pie crust.
Ooh! Oh, that's a nice
You got a big one.
Too, yeah.
I love it.
Keep going, it's good.
That is fantastic.
It's really good.
Wait, are you who's steering? It might be small in size, but this festival is big in taste. And there's no one bigger than Madison, AKA Big Daddy. He started as a corrections officer, but the mouth-watering meat he brought to church suppers was so delicious, he opened a restaurant. Then, another. Now his barbecue is the star attraction at the fair.
Oh, yeah. Big Daddy is well known in these parts. He's been doing it for 30 years now.
Have you ever had Big Daddies?
Oh, yes.
The smoky flavor is what I like the best.
Extra napkins is key.
Let's dive in.
All right.
First step, what are we doing?
First step, basically, we're gonna get in here with the seasoning. We got a little paprika, chili powder, and you know, peppers. We just kind of sprinkle this on, and then we're gonna massage it into the meat.
All right, so we have this beautiful piece of meat seasoned up. Where do we go from here?
We're gonna go to the grill with it.
To the pit.
To the pit.
I mean, this thing is enormous.
I'm sure you can see the smoke and the aroma coming up off of it.
All right, look at this.
We're gonna just lay it out here on the grill. You can hear it already sizzling.
So how long will that rack sit there?
That's probably gonna be 2.5 hours, somewhere in that range.
You're going low
Yeah.
and slow.
Low and slow is the key.
All right, Big Daddy.
All right.
So we've got a rack now that's had that time, that's spent 2 and change.
Yes, sir.
What's the next step?
Well, now we're gonna put the wet mop to it.
I mean, it literally is it's a little mop.
It's a little mop.
Big Daddy's wet mop recipe is top secret, but I can smell vinegar and hot pepper.
Yeah, that gives it that flavor. Oh, man. The last step is eating it, right?
That's what I've been waiting to hear.
All right.
Look at this.
Oh, right off the grill.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at that. Literally fall off the bone.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's moist, and I mean, the flavors and the juices from that opening kind of seasoning with a little bit of that Cajun spice to that mop and that kind of tomato earthy taste.
Yeah.
The way you've captured everything inside of this, I mean, every bite, it's just jam-packed, man. Eating ribs,
That's
Alabama.
It. Oh, yeah. Doesn't get any better. Yeah.
He's got a good sauce. I think it's an old family recipe.
Dripping with flavor.
This is awesome.
This guy's beard used to be black. That's just years of barbecue sauce. That's years of hard work right there.
That's right.
Coming up, it's just a waterfall of delicious goodness.
Awesome.
This will probably not be my last cup.
It's got everything.
We're in Alabama, where the accents are as thick as honey,
This is shut your mouth kind of eating.
and the desserts are even sweeter.
Oh, no doubt.
James and Haley are a carnival couple who are serving up their own take on Alabama's favorite sweets. Are you a dessert person?
That's my thing.
Yeah, this will probably not be my last cup.
You know it's good. He won't even let go.
I know we're making a cobbler today, but I don't know what kind.
We're gonna make peanut butter cobbler. Popular thing around these parts is the peanut butter pie,
Right, of course.
but I love cobbler, so did a little experimenting and came up with this one.
The topping is what makes cobbler different from pie. Instead of flaky pastry, this one is more like a sweet biscuit, and there's no bottom crust. Here we go.
For the filling, we've got just a little bit of cream cheese, peanut butter, vanilla sugar, and a little bit of cream. You're just gonna wanna spread this out over the bottom.
Off to a good start. I'm feeling very excited about this.
Gotta have the butter.
Everything's
Peanut.
better with butter.
We're just gonna kind of dollop that on there. It makes it delicious goodness. And then we're gonna make the topping for this. We've got flour, sugar, and buttermilk.
Trifecta.
We're just gonna mix that up. It's good stuff.
Look at that. So you're just gonna stir that up until you get that nice kind of thick.
It's okay if it has a few little lumps and stuff. We wanna have like a cake-like batter. We're just gonna pour this right over the top.
Oh, look at that. It's just a waterfall of delicious goodness. So we've got that all set up. What's next?
We just gotta bake it. We're gonna do it at 375 for about 45 minutes.
That moment. Oh, beautiful. So what I'm super curious is to see the inside, because you don't use that traditional pie crust. Look at that. This is the peanut butter cobbler.
Like that?
I don't like it. I love it. The butter, the creaminess, those hints of peanut butter, and that golden crispy shell on top just adds a little crunch, adds a little variation. Delicious.
It's the right amount of peanut butter. It's good and sweet.
You like it?
Yes.
The gooey center and the flaky crust goes so well together.
Oh, I'd say it's a 10.
We're making carnival history. From barbecue to sweet potato pie ice cream, for Southern hospitality with an extra side of sweetness, you can't beat the Gardendale Magnolia Festival. See you next time on Carnival Eats.